Hi, this is Adam, and I'd like to say thank you to Mr. Hayes, Mr. Norris, and everyone at the Dayton Quest Center who've helped us these past few weeks with our Toshindo training. So I really enjoyed doing this Toshindo training, the physical aspects of it, the drills we did, the moves, all the different fine parts to it that we learned, the different hand techniques. But what was really valuable to me also was the emotional and mental applications of it. And so the tradition that went along with it, the process, the attention we'd put forth, just the focus. I mean, all those things I think are a lot more valuable, or just as valuable, in real-world application. So one of the big things Toshindo did was make me conscious of the way I approach things. There's a big emphasis on being a good observer and paying attention to whoever was speaking, trying to pick up on as many little pieces of information and get as much value as you can out of the experience, even if they aren't directly given to us. And as Mr. Norris said, find a lesson in every experience. So say someone was demoing a move, and before I had started this immersion, I probably would have just watched for a few seconds, then let my mind wander off, start looking at the weapons on the wall, and probably miss a lot of the experience and be out of it. But after really focusing on being a good observer and doing this for a while and training for these few weeks, I start to try to listen to what they're saying beyond the basic level, but actually see what they're doing, how their hands are placed, their footwork, how balanced the person is, and get on that higher level of listening. And I've tried to extend this into my observation of other people, my own classmates, seeing what works for them, where are the common points of error, and using everyone else's experiences to guide my own learning. And eventually this came full circle with this training. So at a certain point I began to observe myself learning and myself moving. I was conscious of the sensations I felt, my balance, what kind of mental state I was in, if I was fearful or happy or pride, and being conscious of my own learning and attitudes, my own bias I brought into these things. And I've realized that this observation isn't just for Toshindo, but it can be applied to all other things in life, in the classroom. So if the teacher's lecturing and you're paying attention, maybe you'll listen to what he or she is saying and then pick up on those subtleties about what's going to be on the test or what they're really looking for. And that allows you to ask better questions and get more out of the experience. And the other big idea I took away from Toshindo was kamae, so body or structure, the various postures we took when employing an element or embodying it. And again, this extends beyond just the physical and the moves we learned, but into the mental and emotional realm. So how conscious you are of which one you're using, earth, water, fire, and wind. So I think it was Ralph Waldo Emerson who said, every action is measured by the sentiment from which it proceeds. So these various attitudes, what type of place you come from, whether it be grounded and earthy or very watery and emotional and at times defensive, or fiery and passionate, and even angry sometimes, and wind-like and maybe evasive or compassionate and flowing, these determine the outcome of whatever action you take. So overall, Toshindo has just made me more conscious of my own mental state and my emotions and thoughts. And now I don't feel necessarily like I have to act out of impulse or rage or anger or straight emotion, but I can control this emotion and channel it for a better purpose. And again, I want to thank you all at the Dayton Quest Center, and I hope to apply these lessons we learned from Toshindo into my own life. So thanks.